This is Laserbolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the RAAL LMG, which is the brand new LMG that made its way into Warzone. We're going to be talking about this weapon, if you should consider unlocking it, if it's good, if it's not good. We're also going to be talking about its stats, what you guys should be looking out for, and what type of loadout you probably want to go with the RAAL LMG. So if all of that sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated, and let's go ahead and talk about it. So in order for you guys to unlock this, it's super easy. You just got to get 5 kills in 7 different matches while using the LMG equipped with the Scout optics. Now remember, guys, just a quick tip, you can always back out as soon as you get those kills, back out and be able to unlock the gun. Now let's dive in a little bit closer and take a look at the weapon and see what type of stats it has and what type of loadout you might want to pick with this weapon. Alright, so once you have the RAAL unlocked, you're definitely going to want to know its stats. So the stats are pretty interesting with this gun. It is probably not going to replace the PKM, but it's definitely a weapon you might want to dab in and play a little bit. It has a really good time to kill. The only downside to this particular weapon is that it cannot be converted into a hybrid. We try to put all sorts of different attachments, but you cannot make this into a hybrid. When I mean hybrid, you cannot use this kind of like a assault rifle. You could theoretically, this is just outright an LMG. So let's talk about what the benefits are of this gun. One of the big upside benefits of this weapon is that the majority of the time that you're going to be killing someone, it's almost a 7-shot kill every single time, depending on the distance, how close you are to the opponent. But the majority of the time, it's going to take you just 7 kills to actually get this guy, to actually get someone to die. So now let's talk about damages for the weapon. So we're going to go ahead and name mid-range damage and long-range damage. So mid-range damage is at 37, does pretty good, and then it does 34 at a longer distance. Those are base damage stats. Now for the upper torso, guys, if you're hitting anything from the chest up, it's going to be 40 mid-range damage and 37 a little bit further out. The rate of fire on this weapon is 556 RPM, and the time to kill on this gun is a total of 650 milliseconds. It's actually a little bit smaller, but I like to round out the number to give you guys a better idea of what that time to kill is. Now, what makes this gun stand out, which is something that I personally like, is the fact that this particular weapon is a 7-shot kill. That's either at mid-range or at long range if you actually intertwine one headshot within those 7 shots. So at a farther distance, you got to hit that headshot to make it a 7-shot kill. But overall, in general, it's actually a pretty good gun. Now, in addition to that, guys, one interesting aspect of this weapon is its aim down sight speed, because it's aim down sight speed without any attachments. It's about 470 aim down sight speed. So it's not that slow, but it's still pretty slow, guys. Now, even playing with different optics or different types of, different types of attachments, it's still a relatively long time to actually get this done. So the way you want to put this together, you want to go ahead and get the monocore. This is the RAAL monocore. The good thing about this RAAL monocore, it's pretty much like the monolithic suppressor. You are going to go ahead and get that sound suppression and the damage, but you're going to lose a little bit when it comes to that, fast ADS speed, right? But theoretically, we already have really bad ADS speed, so it doesn't really matter. Now for the barrel, guys, we're going to go with a 32 RAAL line breaker. The good thing about this one in particular is we're going to be picking up damage, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Once again, affecting our aim down sight speed. So that's why, the majority of the attachments are going to be affecting our aim down sight speed. That's why I try to figure out a way to actually lower that aim down sight speed. But man, you're going to lose out on so many attachments. Now, for the underbarrel, guys, we are going to be going with the FFS Oblique. Now, the reason why we're going with this one is because out of all the ones right here, this one actually gives you good aim down sight speed. So it decreases the aim down sight speed. Plus, it gives you recoil control, and being an LMG, you definitely want to keep that recoil control. Now, one thing I do want to recommend, guys, for this one actually has some really good iron sights, and the pattern of the recoil on this weapon is just going to go a little bit up and a little bit down. But overall, in general, guys, I would personally, if you don't feel like you need optics, of course, for the optics, almost all my LMGs are a VLK 3.0 optic. But if you don't need any sort of optic, you could probably get away with not running one and probably using a different attachment and maybe dropping a laser in here to give you a little bit more aim down sight speed, because the TAC laser will give you that little aim down sight speed a little bit better if you feel you don't need this one. Now here's where things get a little bit tricky, guys, because a lot of people would probably recommend you to do the 50 round belt. The reason I don't want to recommend the 50 round belt, even though it does give you a lot of benefits, is that regardless of whatever you do, you're not going to be able to convert this into a hybrid. It's always going to stay the way it is. It's an LMG, right? So what I would recommend is a TAC laser. It's going to increase your aim down sight speed, aim walking stability, aim stability. That should make it a little bit faster with that ADS and give you a cleaner line of sight and controlling that recoil. But if you guys feel like you guys don't really care about the tac laser, you could always go ahead and go to the ammunition and pop with the 50 round belt. It's still really good. It gives you a little bit more mobility and a little bit more control. You're still going to be slow regardless, guys. So I'm just saying it. Make sure you guys keep it as an LMG. And there you guys have it. That is the loadout that I would probably recommend for the RAAL MG. Of course, there's still more things to test on this gun, but overall in general, I think there's still better LMGs out there. But hey, every time a new weapon comes out, you guys definitely got to test it out and get your feet wet. I hope you guys are enjoying our Warzone coverage. If you are giving the heat favor, guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.